welcome back and hope you have been happy, healthy, and safe. Today we are going to do a you versus them reading. So, the person on your mind, it could be a partner, it could be a work relationship, and it could be a friend, could be a family member. Take it how it resonates for you, and we will get into the reading. We will use these cards. We'll just get the energies, current energies of what's going on in your situation right now. Your energies, their energies, perhaps how each of you are feeling in the connection, maybe some advice going forward, and potential outcomes should you take the advice. So we'll get right in to the reading and hope this helps you. Calling in your angels, your guides, your spirits, your higher selves, anyone or anything for your highest and best good. Only the highest of energies, please. Thank you. All right. Good. All right, let's see what we have going on for you. Okay, tell me, what is the situation, please, Spirit? What is the situation? All right, so the situation right now is between the both of you is the Seat card. So basically, it is you're both seeking endings to something in order to bring something new. You're seeking closure, you're seeking stability, you're seeking safety, you're seeking communication, you're seeking love. Okay, that's what I have for you here. Okay, so your energy and their energy. We'll use these guys. Tell me, please, Spirit, what is the viewer's energy in this situation? What is their energy? What is their current circumstance? Okay, so you're open to discover, I want to say, new possibilities, new, just energy, new everything. You're just open to discovering what's on the other side. So this could be a new connection or rekindling of an older connection. So again, this could be, take it how it resonates. It could be a partner, it could be friendships, it could be co-workers, that sort of thing. But in any regard, it's to do with, you're open to discovering how you can basically create structure going forward in this connection, how you can create stability and a foundation. Okay, and then on their side, they have the Close Encounters card. So with the new beginning and manifestation, so right now they are working on making their connections stronger, making their connections closer, things like that. Just transforming, opening, letting things out of the cage that maybe I feel like they were closed off a bit, and now they're open to letting things out of the cage, letting things transform, letting things grow is basically with the butterflies here. That's transformation for me, okay? I in any regard, I do believe with the three, which means communication to me, it means expansion, it means things like that, and to do with your foundations, your structures, your everyday life. And then in this card, you have the blue birds flying free, so freedom in communication, and taking a more loving approach to communication. And then with this, I get the transform card, like the transformation energy. So I do feel like there is some sort of transformation in communication for you guys at this time. Okay, let's get a little bit more here on this. Okay, so what else are you open to? Let's see. What else are you open to? So you're opening to new perceptions. You're open to, it says telepathy here, so you are open to perhaps a telepathic connection with this person, or strengthening a telepathic connection. It feels like, and it's double unions, yeah, partnership. So yeah, it does feel like you are open to partnerships, you're open to creating, and you got the 2 and the 2, which creates 4, you got a 4 in this one. So it's like you do want to create that foundation that that really builds and grows a relationship, okay? You are looking with the wolf here, looking for protection. In this connection, you're looking for, she's got a deer antler in her hand, and deers to me always represent like a bit of a warning, like it's almost like you're a bit guarded. You're, I want to say you're protecting yourself from maybe future bad communications, if that makes sense. You come, I feel like you come as a warning. You come as a warning. It feels like you were very protective. You come as a warning. I don't know, that just keeps in this partnership, okay? You come to warn other people, and maybe you're doing this telepathically, I'm not sure. On their side, they have the achievement card with the buffalo, effort plus intention. So I am feeling that they are going to put more effort into this connection. I think they're working on making this connection stronger with the close encounters, putting an end to certain things first, though. Again, the protection coming out to me, it feels like, and I feel like this is your energy here, and this is their energy. It feels a little bit like they kind of protect you, and in this card, this is the wolf representing them and this representing you. It feels like you guys kind of complement each other, and wolves very loyal, very perceptive here. It feels like, yeah, it feels like you pick up on a lot of telepathic things, a lot of telepathic warnings, and it's almost like this has been recognized, and there's some sort of achievement here that's creating structure. Okay, what else? Let me get some more for you, please, Spirit. For them on their side, please, Spirit. Okay, you are in the process of going with the flow, letting things go, cleansing just your internal, and see she's got her hand on her heart as well. It's like you were cleansing. You're trying to follow your heart. You're trying to change when it comes to partnerships. Recognize what is and what isn't for you, okay? And it may be that you're doing this through telepathy as well. And then 5, 6, 7. So there is a decision coming up that you will need to make possibly about this connection, or that's, yeah, it could be that's close to your heart, that you need to make a connection about, or a decision about this connection. They have earth magic, fearless, removing obstacles. So it feels like they're coming in fast, coming in strong. Partnerships, healing partnerships. It feels like there is something that's connecting the two of you in a very, like with this tree here, in a very, and with the horse and the buffalo, like these are all very strong cards, and there's a very transformative, it feels like a very transformative energy. But something is growing. If you can see in this card, there's a lot of abundance. There's a lot of growth, like new leaves. There's a lot of grass, all that kind of stuff. So something is growing here. And it feels like both of you are looking almost for the same thing. I am feeling like maybe you don't recognize it yet, maybe within each other, or you just don't recognize it, period. Let's get some information on how you are feeling, and then how they are feeling towards this connection. Okay, sorry, all my cards fell here. Let's use these guys. Okay, how are you kind of feeling? What are your thoughts in this connection? What are your thoughts in this connection? Okay, so you feel a little bit unworthy. You think that they are sort of a better person than you are, maybe made choices and mistakes in the past, said things maybe that you shouldn't have said, things like that, and you kind of feel bad about it. You feel like you're not good enough, but there's another, it's almost like you feel, there's another element to this where you feel like you made them feel unworthy, and you're feeling a little bit of remorse about that, because you yourself were, I want to say, projecting how you felt towards them. So you felt like you were unworthy, so you made them feel like they were unworthy, if that makes sense. Okay, what about them? What on their side? What are they thinking here? They are thinking you are irreplaceable. The way you love can never be matched. Um, they think very highly of you. Uh, they they understand there is telepathic connection here, okay? And they're open to discover more about that. Like, it's like you have in this picture, like, it's a keyhole. You hold the key to unlocking more knowledge, more self-confidence within themselves, um, to make them go the distance, if that makes sense. Okay. What else, please, Spirit? What else? Okay, you also have the ego card. So you are a lot up in your ego. You let your pride get in the way of connection. So you're working on letting that go, freeing yourself from the ego, freeing yourself from getting caught in between the connection, because your ego basically lets you get caught in the connection, like in between the connection, like block the connection is what I'm saying. Okay, and on their side, you got the confession card. There's something that is bugging them that they need to confess to you. They feel unclear about where the two of you stand. So they feel like they don't know where this is going. So take this how it resonates. Again, if it's a partnership, they don't know where this is going. If it's a work relationship, they don't know where this is going. They're just kind of like, stuck there, kind of at a standstill, and I want to say there's a little bit of frustration there, because there's lack of communication. It feels like there is a strong telepathic connection, but I feel on both sides, both parties are like, is this just in my head? Like, I'm just imagining this. And so communication will be very strong for you to get on the same page. Let that ego go so that you guys can get on the same page and explore or discover that you actually are on the same page. Because I feel like there's an element here of you both thinking that you want different things, but yet you want the same thing and you don't communicate about it. Like the ego, letting go, you need to let go of this feeling of maybe unworthy. You need to let go of your ego. You need to just let go with, I feel like, controlling situations or that sort of thing, and you need to just go with your gut more. It feels like you have this ability. You are very intuitive. You have the ability to trust your gut and go with your gut and stuff, but it's like you're very logical. You're a very logical person, and you don't, even though you know you're intuitive. Like you know things and you're not sure how you know things, and you know you should do certain things, and sometimes your logic gets the better of you and you don't, and you underestimate yourself. Um you have to move past that, right? Put an ending to those things. Seek an ending to those things, basically. Okay. What advice does spirit have for you? Okay, tear down the walls around your heart. Give and receive security and warmth. Again with the 32. Okay, so you had 23, now you have 32. So again, communication's big in partnerships. Okay, and in order to communicate effectively, you need to show a little bit of your maybe vulnerable side. Um, you have to be okay with feeling things. You have to be okay with speaking from the heart. You need to be okay with showing people how you actually feel about certain situations. There seems to be an element here of, I'm just picking up from you that you, maybe when you were younger, you were taught you weren't supposed to show emotion. You weren't supposed to. It's very possible that I'm talking to a male energy or a masculine energy. So you you may have been taught that you weren't allowed to feel, you weren't allowed to show emotion, you had to be strong. And this, you could be a feminine, but you could be more in your masculine. Um, and so what happened was you carried that forward growing up. And then, so it helped you. I feel like it helped you maybe in your work life, your home life, things like that. However, it's social situations. It just helped you because you were, I want to say, emotionally stable. Okay, it helped you be grounded and calm and try to be level headed, even though internally there was a boil up of emotions that wanted to come out and you just wanted to explode. I feel like you don't show these, and then you let it bother you later, and you compensate by maybe overeating or some sort of addictions, maybe alcohol, things like that. You just, obsessive compulsive behaviors, maybe, you know, you're like, everything's got to be a certain way. I don't know, there's just an element I'm popping in my head that you organize everything, like you're so meticulous because you're trying to control what you can control, because you're not letting those feelings come out like what you really feel. So you distract yourself in other ways, and this is to the point where I'm just seeing somebody with spices, and they alphabetize their spices and they turn them all so they can see them, and their closet is color coded and everything. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's almost obsessive compulsive. Okay. um I'm the complete opposite, so I don't, just funny. Sorry. It's funny to me. And then on their side, they have to conform is to die inside. So it feels like they are a bit rebellious. It feels like they are, they beat to the tune of their own drum. They don't care about what people think about them. There's a lot of naysayers around them, but they stand strong and they're like, you know what? I don't care. That energy I get. There's a lot of healing going on within them, and they're striving for their new beginnings. And in any regard, I feel, and they're a bit of a chameleon. Okay, I'm getting a chameleon with this card, right? That's a lizard, but I don't know what kind of lizard it is, but it might be a chameleon. And a chameleon basically fits into their surroundings. So this energy I understand well. So one day, you know, you could be flying off to a meeting and you're prim and proper and you're dressed to the nine and you're ready to go and you're like bossing up, and then next minute you're, you know, you're off 4x4ing and, you know, you look like a hillbilly. Okay. So that's kind of the energy I get here, like, but in any regard, it's like there's no set way this person is. Like, they won't conform to just one thing. They are who they are. They're free. They fit in wherever they need to fit in, and they don't go with the normal rules of society. So if society says, like, well, for instance, what happened in the world a few years ago, you know, like, I just pick up this feeling like they rebel from those things, even though they might follow the rules to a certain extent. There's a certain part of them that sees the destruction, the evil, the negative side, the bad side of it, and they rebel from that. Okay. So, like, just for an example, let's say, you know, how they made you had to have a card to get in a restaurant, and they had to scan your card, and if you weren't, you know, whatever, poked, I'll say that, because we're allowed to say that. If you weren't poked, if you didn't have the poke and you didn't have the card, you weren't allowed in the restaurant. Well, maybe that person was poked and they had the card, but they rebelled because they seen the effect of people that needed to get in the restaurant, that traveled for days and had a family and just wanted to sit down and have a meal. Maybe they rebelled from that because they seen how wrong it was, okay? So then they kiboshed restaurants, and they didn't go to restaurants, and then everybody thought, well, maybe they're not poked, right? Because they're not doing this. Well, maybe that's not what it was at all. Maybe it was they just didn't agree with things going on in society, and they decided if those companies and those things are going to support this, then they are not going to support this. Okay, that's kind of the energy I'm picking up here. Okay, so conforming. Okay, so let's get some more advice here. From Spirit. Spirit is also saying they should never conform. They should never stop being who they are for someone else. And if this this relationship is affecting both of you, and maybe you're trying to control them, well, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Okay, what else does Spirit want to say? Okay, Spirit wants to say, for you, there's new experiences and possibilities coming in. And again, there's another horse in here. So it's also saying that you need to be strong moving towards these new experiences and possibilities. Be open to new experiences and possibilities. Be open to new ways of doing things. Be open to change. Be open to discovering more. Be open to understanding you don't know everything. And two popping into my head, maybe you're in a different position than this person, and so there's a little bit of looking down on them, and that needs to change. Okay, for them, they need to shift their energy, and just certain, I want to say, certain worries, certain fears, and they need to just shift into a more loving energy, and putting endings to things that are not growing for them. Okay, if you can see rising, they're kind of like floating in the sky, it almost looks like, and they're looking down on the earth. It feels like they need freedom. They need freedom to express themselves. They need freedom to do what they need to do in order to see what they need to see. I'm getting sensing their surroundings. They need space in order to do that. They need, because she's kind of like got her hand, it's like almost like she's feeling the earth as she moves along. She's feeling out situations. If it just feels like whoever this is, they're very much in their feels, very intuitive. And then, right, this gives me earth. This also, the earth magic. Yeah, they are very fearless. They are very fearless. With the conform is to die inside. Earth mat, fearless, removing obstacles. They achieve a lot in their life. Yeah, it's just they do need to shift their energy in order to become more free. Okay, let's get some surrender cards for the two of you. What do you need to surrender, and then what they need to surrender, and then maybe what you both need to surrender in the connection. Let's get that. Let's do that this time, okay? Okay, so for you, you need to surrender frustration. Frustration doesn't open any doors. The key to resolving a dilemma or dissolving a block is to take a breath, ground yourself, and regroup. So you may approach a situation more calmly, okay? Good advice for everybody. On their side, they need to surrender to inner peace. So it does feel like to me that there's a, especially with the conformist, to conform is to die inside. It feels like they, a lot of things kind of eat at them, like really deep things, like things that maybe wouldn't bother the normal person bothers them. They pick up on those things that maybe the average person wouldn't pick up, and that gives them a lot of inner turmoil. Okay, so they are working on and they need to surrender to inner peace. Cultivate inner peace on a daily basis in quiet meditation, meditative moments. Focus on the stillness within and enjoy the inner refuge. Others will feel your good vibes too, and your life will flow more easily. Okay, so they are working on this. I believe they're making quite a bit of progress. And then what you both need to surrender is to surrender to rest and sleep. Okay, I was feeling this more on your side, that you work quite a bit. I want to say you get frustrated, you get stressed. You need more rest in your life to prevent burnout, slow down, honor your need for quiet time and peace, a peaceful sleep to rejuvenate your mind, body, and spirit. I am feeling on their side, but maybe not so much right now. I feel like when they work hard. And so this applies to them. But when they are at rest, they get rest, they get sleep, but I do believe that they maybe overthink things, okay? And that needs to come to an end. Okay, good. Okay, let's get a card on where this is going, should you guys take the advice from Spirit. Okay, so you have the butterfly. It says relationship evolving into the next phase, and healing inner child growth. So yeah, you guys, it feels like this connection is going to be very strong. You just have to, on your side, you have to open your heart. You have to be open to new experiences, new possibilities. On their side, they have to just keep being fearless, and they have to surrender, though, to that overthinking that maybe gets them in trouble sometimes, okay? Let's get an advice from Spirit, and then we will move. Well, we'll end the reading. We won't move on to anything. Okay, so Spirit, what do you have to say to both in this situation? Excuse me. Okay, you are living poetry. Again, another 32. So I'll look up the number 32 because you got a lot of, and or 23. You got a lot of those in your reading. So it's possible that when you Google that, the meaning of those numbers, that something could resonate with you. Okay, so just look that up. You are living poetry. So in the this connection, I feel like the two of you are very poetic together. Like, it almost feels like you don't actually know it yet. Because I feel like this is kind of. It doesn't feel like a new connection, but it feels like an unfamiliar connection, if that makes sense. Like, it feels like maybe you guys have known each other for a really long time, but you haven't really gotten to know each other. You haven't gotten to know that you actually are on the same page. Okay? That's how I'm feeling this. But there's, in any regard, when you actually figure this out, the two of you will be very poetic together, but this will be a very transformative relationship. So whether it is romantic, partnership, or maybe it's business, or even family, friends, I feel like it's going to be a good, strong connection if you guys take the advice from Spirit and recognize this connection. Okay. All right. Thank you. I hope this helped you, and stay happy, healthy, and safe until next